James Banks here, and we are standing next to a man who doesn't really need any kind of introduction, especially when it comes to a UK event. It's HudzG, and I've just watched you come away from quite a tense game against Epsilon. You looked pretty frustrated. How are you feeling right now, though?
Frustrated. I mean, we started CT and we won the pistol, and then we said what they were going to do, and then we lost the eco, and then we ecoed them back, and then we just threw basically just stupid rounds, and yeah, it's annoying.
So see, you're annoyed, but then I thought, coming into this, I didn't even expect you guys to be here. There was this whole buzz of Infused holding and not being there. What's going on? You clear it up for me, mate.
I don't know. I think it's just the scene, generally the UK scene, just spreading the rumours and stuff. We didn't really talk about it. I mean, it's no secret that we've had tension and arguments and stuff, but we're just trying to figure them out and figure out what's best for the team at the moment. Because some games we play really well, like IBUYPOWER game, and then sometimes we just play awful, like London Series and Epsilon games. So I don't know. It's frustrating, but hopefully things go better for us after this one.
Well, I think so far for Gfinity, especially in the CS tournament, it has been ups and downs all over the place. You guys, to me, with the IBUYPOWER game, you had that in the bag, and I know it's probably going to be pretty demoralising me saying that to you, but what went wrong towards the end of that? Because literally I was like, they got it, and then, wow.
The last round was just like I typed that Apartments was their last play. So we knew it was coming, and I think it was just a miscommunication between me and TSEC, just like language barrier sometimes, because I asked him if he had a grenade, and then he just stood there with a flash out, and he didn't think there was one at the end of halls, and I already knew there was one. So and then obviously I didn't realise he had a flash, and then Swag killed him, then I killed Dazed, and then we just lost picks everywhere. So it was really unlucky, to be honest. It was partly them just, I guess they were annoyed that they were 15-14 down, and they were just trying, like, going around everywhere for picks, and it was also just a big throw. So it happens, but I'm happy with the draw at least.
I think, considering, like, we look at you guys and, like, in terms of a UK team and what we've got going forward, like, I think you can come away from it looking pretty happy with what you've done. Obviously, from your perspective, you want to win every single game. You want to come off and be like, yeah, we've caused upsets. But you look at the forums and you look at what people are saying about you, and it's pretty positive. I don't think people expected it to be that good, and I don't want to say that in any way that's going to be like, oh yeah, that sounds really bad. But, like, I'm sure you know what I mean now.
Yeah, I mean, no one expects a UK team to do well anymore. It's not the Source days. I'm still, like, we're happy, but we're disappointed at the same time, because we know like we've thrown rather than lost, if that makes sense. Like, some of the rounds we lose are silly, but yeah, we're happy, and I think we are, I guess, the only UK team practicing at the moment. I think Sam's team, I think they'll start playing soon, and various others. But I guess for now we're all there is, so got to do something.
Now, you said a key thing there. It's not the Source days anymore. What's it going to take to bring it back to that level for the UK?
To be honest, I think it's that a lot of the experienced players quit all at once, and the time required to be a top team isn't. People aren't dedicated enough in the scene, not because they don't want to be, but I think there's the salary stuff isn't there. I know we had salary in a Nexus, and to be honest, I know we lost to Prague, but we had some fairly decent results online. I think we beat Virtus Pro and Nuke, and then we beat I think it was Epsilon at the time we beat Navi on Cash. So the skill's there, but A, people unmotivated, not playing, and B, just dedication, and also a lot of the scene sometimes don't get along too well. So it's just going to take one team sticking together and then doing well, and then eventually getting more support, and then going from there, really. Trying to stay in the practice channels so we can play the top teams constantly, because at the moment we're in there before G3, but whether we'll be in there after, we don't know. We might probably get removed, so that means whenever we practice and turn up, we don't get to play Epsilon or Fnatic or teams like that. So that sucks. But just a bit of combination of everything, and then we could do well again. I think. I mean, the skill's there.
Now, if there's any team in the UK that's got it at the moment, I would say it's you guys. But then, obviously, the whole thing of, oh yeah, and Infused weren't even going to be a team anymore. What do you reckon? Are you gonna stick it out for the rest of this, or what are your thoughts and feelings going into it? Because you, to me, are like the UK team that has the most potential. You have a wealth of experience yourself. You are probably the most experienced player on the team, and you can see your team benefit from that. What do you reckon?
It all depends. Like, we're going to play this last game now, and then we're going to have a chat. Because James can't actually come to iSeries because he's away with his girlfriend, and we're not sure how iSeries works with the ESWC and I think the ESWC slot is a main one for a lot of players. For me, for all of our guys really. So if we can't secure that through our performance here or qualifier, then we'll have to play with a Merc for iSeries, and that's not ideal. So I think we're just going to chat about everything. It's not like we're going to fold or a secret that times are great or anything, but we're just gonna have a chat today, figure out the next step forward for everyone, and then go from there. That's all you can do.
Now, we were having a little chat earlier today about the kind of you are a very experienced player. In terms of your team, you're kind of like the older figurehead. What is going on with the UK scene, and why have all the older players kind of dropped out and left it be?
I just think there are times in their life, like MX, he got a job and he goes to the gym a lot now, and then you've got Sam who qualified as a lawyer. Husey again, he's got full-time work, and then when he comes home from work he would rather be at the gym, which is fair enough, or going out with his mates. And then release uni. So we basically lost, all in the space of a year, we lost everyone to uni or jobs, and there's not enough incentive for them to come back and put in 90 hours in 2 weeks if they're not going to get the invites to the big tournaments, if we can't get good practice, the sponsorships. Because in Source you can make a team, you could have the potential of a salary, you go to all the European events, you get direct invites to the top leagues. But now it's like you can't get into ESEA. It's really hard to get into SLTV. You got to qualify, all EMSs qualify, so without that incentive there's no drive to do it, I think. But again, the skill, everyone knows, the guys who quit, the skill was immense. So it's kind of left up, I think it's basically like me and Weber now, just trying to bring up UK players. And the problem is that when you do get to these events, that they've never had the stage experience. So today, when we went on the stage, the occasion was too big really for some players. And not that it's a bad thing, it's just that in Source it wouldn't matter, because you could then go on to the next European event, you could go to Copenhagen Games, you could go to Slap and all those events. Yeah. But now it's like we have one shot at G3, and then what's next? We can't go to Cologne. We've got iSeries, and iSeries will be any Dignitas there, and if we're not in the practice group we won't get to play them. So again, it's kind of like a reset button really. So like again, it's just all factors coming together at once, everyone finding the motivation at the right time, and then everything being in place, I think.
Now let's come away from the UK scene, let's come away from looking at it as such a negative side of things. The G3 event itself and what Gfinity are doing, I don't think anyone can deny how good it has been and what it's doing for the scene. But do you think it's enough to bring the UK back?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the stages are amazing. The admins are really nice, and everything's really well run. The PCs are good. There's some issues like normal sometimes with the monitors and stuff, but it's one of the most professional events I've been to in a long time. I think even more so than Copenhagen Games. Like the booths on the stage were amazing. So it's kind of like CGS, the stage it reminds me of, and a bit like the International. So yeah, I think if it keeps going, it's going to be really, really good.
That's some high praise there, and I guess the Gfinity guys are giving you a good pat on the back there.
I got the beer.
All sat there waiting for you, yeah? So George, what are we looking at now? Obviously, you guys can't progress for the rest of this tournament, but like, I don't know, fast forward, what's it going to take for yourself, Infused, to make it against these big boys, and have you got the longevity in you to do it?
Yeah, I think for me, I've got some. I mean, I got some plans coming up with the girlfriend and stuff, like within the next 2 years. But I'll carry on playing for as long as I can because I love it. And I think for us, we'll go play Fnatic now and do our best there, and then, like I say, the team chat and sort that side of stuff, and then yeah, just carry on, just try and proceed in the best way possible. Try and get to ESWC, I think, is the next goal.
Well, George, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for giving me your time. I think on a personal level, you guys have done everything and more that was set forward for you guys to do this, and I think you guys can be proud. And in terms of a UK team, you guys are still my number one, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And I think the UK is making such a change at the moment that I believe in you, and there's a lot of teams that are like around at the moment in terms of UK scene that can kind of really pull it out at the moment. I guess, like, I didn't want to kind of put it in that sense, but like, you've got all the weight on your shoulders, kind of being the older guy on the team. But come on, I know you've got it in you, and you've got that passion. And see, you're smiling, but you know it's true. You reckon you can just hang in there and bring it back for us?
Yeah, I'm going to keep playing it, and until I will. When I quit, I hope that a UK team will be back in the European level, and then I can quit happily. I mean, I've had a good career in CS, and CS:GO has just been really. I mean, MTW had so many problems, like we could never find the fifth, and then Josh went back to Canada, and then Nikki to Mouse Sports, and then we had the team with Moddy and Stinger, and then they went to Fnatic, like when we were doing well, and it was in periods where we were all doing really well, and we were sort of in that point where we could break out, like Wes was playing still, and then it's just been really unlucky, I think. And yeah, so I definitely think the skill's there, so I'm going to keep playing until we're back. Yeah.
Well, good luck going forward, man, and I'm sure I'll catch up with you like we always do at these events. But stay strong, stay positive, and any final words here?
Yeah, just like to thank Infused and all our sponsors. You can check them out at teaminfused.net, and yeah, thank everyone for supporting us when they do, and all the flames, of course. But yeah,
as it goes in CS.
Yes.
All right, thanks a lot, George. James Banks here, signing off for day one. Check out all of our content. G is doing a fantastic job here, and well, stay tuned.